What's up everyone? We've got some insulation to install today. That's right, we got episode 2 of Garage Build. We are installing some insulation into the front portion of the garage and getting it all sealed up so it's nice and warm in here. Hopefully it's going to be more efficient for the garage space if we start to heat this, or come summer when we want to have it colder or cooler than outside. So I'll touch base on a couple of things real quick. If you're not real familiar with insulation, it's very easy to install with very minimal tools. There is what's called an R rating. So depending on the area in the country or around the world, you may have a different R rating than what we have in Minnesota. So the R rating is basically the higher the number, the more insulating properties it has, or the higher resistance to heat. So in Minnesota, we're around that R13 to R15 for like exterior walls or garages. So that's why I went with R15. Pretty simple. Now you can get it in a couple of different forms, a roll like we have right there, or it's an unfaced bat, so it's basically a giant bundle. The rolls are typically cheaper and a lot easier for installation. You basically just roll it into the wall and then use vapor barrier to hold it all in place. So then you can put drywall over top of that. Makes it a very easy, efficient process to do. Now, very important details. Before you go and purchase any materials for any type of building project, make sure you do all your calculations, double check them, which means measure out in between your studs, know how much of a distance you need in installation. So I needed like 200 feet or something like that. That's where I came out with 9 rolls of this. Each roll has different lengths to them, so make sure you calculate that accurately, not that you come up short and have to make an extra trip to get some more. So before I start putting insulation in between the studs, I do have to move a few things. Make sure you clean in between your studs, not that there's a bunch of dust or bugs or stuff that's gonna get sealed inside your walls. So we're gonna vacuum out the bottoms of all the stud area. I had to clean the back side over there already. Up by the front, there was all kinds of ladybugs that have basically nested in there for winter. They're basically in hibernation. Get them all out of here. We're not sealing that behind the walls. So I gotta do that to this wall right back over here. I need to get all this stuff moved into the center of the garage so that we got plenty of room to get the insulation in here and get it all sealed up. And then we're actually gonna start with that wall because that's all ready to go, so that when my wife comes home from work, she can pull in here and not have to leave the car outside. So let's get to work. Let's get to installing some of this insulation on the wife's side of the garage. Now you're going to need some sort of cutting utensil or like a knife. Utility knife is what I'm going to use because that's kind of just an easy way to kind of cut this packaging open and to cut the insulation into the sections that you need. So you're not going to actually like measure out, cut a section just like that. You don't have to do that. You can if you want to. We're going to open this up, kind of roll it out, and kind of shove it down in here and then cut it off at the bottom. It should hopefully stay in place and we don't have to like pre-secure it before any type of vapor barrier goes in here. And then we'll just work down the way, all the way to the door down here and get this vapor barrier to sealed up, and then move along the top side above the doors and then finish off over behind where the Miata is going to be sitting. Pretty easy to get this stuff open. When you open it, it is going to kind of puff up and expand because it's rolled pretty tight. Don't need the paper or the plastic. Make sure you get that thrown in the garbage. Now to be able to reach all the way up there, I will need a ladder as well. We're looking at about, I want to say it's 9 feet inside here. Hopefully this works and I don't have to do any different type of installation process. You can do this without gloves. Just save yourself the hassle. It gets itchy really fast. It's not fun. Get this pressed down into the corner and then cut it out. And that is the first section of stud. Now we're just gonna keep going on down the rest of the wall. At the beginning of the video, I was eating something pink, but it was not the insulation. I just had cotton candy. So don't eat the insulation. That's not good for you. When you have to cut like weird 4-inch strips off of stuff to get into corners, don't throw these pieces away. You can use them in other small little cavities around the garage, just like up here. In between my two garage doors, there's these two little strips that I'll be able to put any of these like cut off strips into. I put the first couple pieces right up at the top. This next piece that I just cut out, I'm gonna shove this one right in here. And I'm gonna have the same pieces in that corner over there as I do on this one side. So I'll be able to fill up the rest of this with the cut off pieces from over there. We got this side behind me all insulated, not up above the garage doors just yet. We'll get to that last. But this side is all done, insulated, minus the vapor barrier. We still need to put that on, but we'll tackle that in just a little bit. I'm gonna hop over and do this section real quick, get the majority of the insulation put in, or like the largest portion of that. We'll take all the remaining stuff and try and shove it up right up above the garage doors. Not all of it. There is gonna be a little bit extra. I had to buy, I think, one extra roll just to like get the half portion of the dimensions that I needed. So we'll get this knocked out real quick and I'll check back in a little bit. It's been about another hour. I got the entire rest of the insulation done for the walls, nothing on the ceiling. That is probably just gonna get like spray insulated or like blasted in. With like the chunked up insulation, that's probably the easiest way to do a ceiling rather than trying to do like insulation like what I'm doing or like the rolls. So everything is in place. I checked, made sure every little space in between the studs is good. I actually overcalculated just a little bit, so we do have one full roll that we can return. That's no big deal. As long as it's not open, you still can return any unused materials. Just keep that in mind. As soon as you open it, you can't return it. The next step is to put the vapor barrier over the insulation. Before we can do that though, we have to glue all of these seams and basically the outside perimeter of each sheet, which means like where the drywall ends over here. Basically right here, you need to put a bead of silicone or caulking or glue, and then all the way around the top, in the corner, and then down on this bottom edge. Also, we'll have to do that up on the top section right along there, and then around the insulation part of the wall over there. We're just gonna do this in steps. We're gonna do a one little section at a time. We're not gonna glue all of it out all at once because you want the glue to stay a decent temperature before putting it on. It is pretty chilly out here. It's like 26 degrees today, proper application for silicone or glue is usually around 60 to 70 degrees. So we're trying to keep that glue nice and warm before we apply it, and then we will slap that vapor barrier on and staple it down. So we're gonna cut the first section of the vapor barrier. This comes in a roll. Some come in like a box, kind of like saran wrap, but I went with the rolls like this. This is 10 foot by 25 feet. So we're gonna take the 12-foot measurement. I got a tape measure down here. We're basically just gonna lay this on the ground and then slice off that chunk so that we can glue around here, hold it up in a corner, put one tack or like one staple, and then hang it all the way across, and then staple it up in that corner, and hopefully get it nice and straight, and then work our way across with staples and down the studs. We do not have to glue each stud, just around the border or the framing where this is going to seal the edges. All right, I got all of the insulation all the way through the garage done, complete, and all of the vapor barrier minus the ceiling. I did not get up to the ceiling just yet. I had forgotten to get some 2x4s to screw into this wall where this rafter ends up here. Now there is drywall up there already, that's okay. We're just gonna be able to cut a hole in the edge of that drywall or this side to where you can go up that crawl space in here and get insulation blown up on top. Now the next step would then be to vapor barrier the ceiling. I'm gonna do that in just a little bit. I don't have the 2x4s right now, so I gotta go and get those. Once I have 2x4s, I'll get the vapor barrier up top. We're gonna save that for the next video when we do the drywall as well. That's what all the insulation and vapor barrier looks like, all the way up and over the garage doors. Even in between these small little cavities, got those all sealed up. Everything is glued. We won't have any leaking issues, or shouldn't, in the future. Now we're all set to move on to the next portion of the garage build. That's gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.